Yo, so um, when it comes to the creative process, whatever creative process you have, I strongly believe that the curation part of it heavily influences the output. And the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of what you consume always finds its way into whatever you're making, whether consciously or subconsciously. And I'm saying this based off my experience with creating art and design and working on different types of art in different mediums. Whatever I consume affects a lot, and I sometimes you might not know in the moment, but as you're working on whatever you're working, and then eventually after you finish, you get to see, damn, that really influenced my work. And this can be in form of like maybe music you listen to, videos you watch, and movies you watch. Like there's a lot. Whatever you see on social media, whatever is on your feed on social media, it all comes down, and a bit of it gets into whatever you're making, or bits of different things get into whatever you're making. And from my experience, the let's say I have three main artists or creatives who you can actually tell like they've influenced my work a lot just by me consuming whatever they make. The first one is Steve Lacy, and with Steve Lacy, I came to find his music around 2018, 2019, and what interested me, especially when I started getting into whatever he's making, like studying his music or looking at his music videos, or I came across there's this TED talk he did where he was talking about the bare maximum, which is the philosophy behind whatever like his creative process. So from this bare maximum, what he says is you have everything you need to get your ideas out there. And I feel like that is every is something every single person needs, not even just creatives or anything or artists. Like everyone needs to have that form of thinking, just because like he made a whole album he produced for Kendrick Lamar all on his phone. Like he's doing all these great feats just from an iPhone. So you really have everything you need to get your ideas out there. And the thing I also like about that way of thinking is I feel like you lacking those equip like instruments or lacking the equipment, it kind of helps you to shape your project or whatever you're working on, and you shape your projects because of the challenges you're going through. It helps you come up with a unique visual language that is so niche to you just because of maybe you're missing this equipment, or maybe you're going through this and this in life. Like it helps you become unique, and I think that's a plus when it comes to making stuff. The second person is Tyler the Creator, and the reason why I enjoy consuming Tyler the Creator's media is just because of how cohesive and like the whole experience is amazing. You can feel the passion, you can feel the dedication, you can feel the hours they've put in. There's so much work and detail they put in that is like all of it is just full of life in different ways. And I feel like what I learned from him is just having confidence in whatever you're making, pushing your work out there, and literally you never really know who's seeing whatever you're making. So yeah, I enjoy his I enjoy his storytelling, his different, especially the videos. I genuinely enjoy the videos a lot. A lot of the videos I make were heavily inspired by whatever he makes for his collective brand. And the third person is Wes Anderson. And the reason Like anyone who knows me knows how much I obsess about Wes Anderson's movies, and like I feel like that's in terms of my maybe creative career or creative growth, a lot of it came from me looking at his work and trying to break it down and finding out how he did certain things. And the first piece of media I consumed by Wes Anderson was done by Wes Anderson is the Grand Budapest Hotel. And yo I feel like I watched that movie and the experience was like I'd seen bits and clips from the movie before, but I was never really interested into to like looking at it. And then I was like, yo, let me just watch this. And what? Like my mind was blown crazy. My eyes were opened, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had when consuming a piece of media. And ever since then I've been like every single scene, like bro, the colors, the use of symmetry, the details in like the small like the small props. It's just it's so much information and so much time and effort put into making the movies. It's crazy. So yeah, a lot of what I learned, or like a lot of what I do right now, is inspired by my experiences while watching his movies and short films. Like in terms of the music I use when editing, in terms of how I edit, excuse me, in terms of how I edit my videos, um, and there's so much I learned that I use till date. And also when it comes to design and making art, like there's this piece I made. It was inspired by the boy with the apple portrait in the movie. The second thing is also when it comes to graphic design, in terms of like font use, the layouts, everything, colors. Like bro, it's I learned a lot. And then also my love for vintage design came from just seeing the small props within his movies, like bakery packaging design, the fonts he uses in like the different scenes and show. And bro, it's crazy, it's amazing to look at. And so like a lot most of the things I'd say are made that are iconic to me were heavily inspired by the movies he made. Like the recent ad for my posters I made was heavily inspired by Fantastic Mr. Fox. And a lot of like bro, it's just there's so much info, and I can go down and make different worlds just from one single one single detail can lead to a whole universe of just crazy things. And that's what I like about the whole creative process. So yeah, like a lot of what I make comes from what I consume. I spend hours on hours just looking at different designs, maybe listening to different music. Like it plays a part. But yeah, so out of all this here, just take care of, just be mindful of what you're consuming, be intentional about it, and expand the range of the things you consume from time to time. I mean, it's always good to question your perspective and question like your position and how you think. It's going to it's going to help you learn and unlearn a lot, which I think is also important for growth, maybe creatively, even in life. That's enough here from me, and I hope you've learned something, or I hope something has happened after watching this. So yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your creative well-being, and stay safe.